Pretty interesting. Learning more all the time. And speaking of learning, going back to school shouldn't just be exciting for the students.
Northside ISD is pumping up their teachers and staff with this year's convocation, themed after the hit movie, The Greatest Showman.
Eyewitness News reporter John Coker shares the special moments with us.
Well, this is Northside. That was the resounding theme of this year's Northside Independent School District Convocation.
Hello, my name is Clint Fabian, and I am the ringmaster for this year's convocation for the greatest district on earth. Ladies and gentlemen, this next performance is one that you will love.
We like to bring teachers and all of the staff in our entire organization together to hear one message about the start of the school year. What are the things that we're proud of? What are the things that we need to work on? What are challenges for us? And then what are our goals?
We have made incredible progress last year and through the summer, and these are just a few reasons why we should all be proud to be associated with this organization.
I really enjoyed that theme this year because it sets into perspective of things that I want to do in the classroom with my kids. What are we going to do this year that we're going to make that mark of this is Northside?
The highlight of convocation is definitely the students. They are amazing, and just seeing all the different artistic outlets, and it's just a really exciting thing.
From the Northside Independent School District, John Coker, KENS 5, Eyewitness News.